Hey, so today's class is going to be a class guide for command contract to close. And we're going to learn how to go through the whole transaction from adding a contact and all the way to getting paid. So I'm just going to share my screen and we're good to go. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure that you add a contact in your contact record. So go to the contacts, and anytime that you need to do an action on your page, you're going to see a green or blue button. Some people see green, some people see blue. So you'll click on that and just add their full name, go all the way to the bottom and create. Now, most of the time you're going to create them when you first meet the client, and that's the whole idea behind the system. We're just jumping ahead, so we're going to assume that you've met the client, you had them in the system, and now you have an opportunity for business, and you're going to meet the client for the first time and sit down at the listing appointment. So you're going to click the Opportunities button, which is on the left-hand side, and it's the handshake. Go to the Create Opportunity, and on this page, you're going to click the market center that your Keller Williams ID is attached to. The opportunity type is listing. You'll see that there are 4 types: listing, buyer, landlord, or tenant, because those templates will show up in the document section. And then your client. So your client that you just logged in here, you can add your client in at this point. Just a little tip: if you are going to look for your opportunity during the commission phase, you'll want to rename this as the listing ID for the property that you add in here. So add the listing address, and then you can put your client's name. Custom tags. I use a lot of custom tags because of the training classes that I run, and so it's up to you. It's not a required field. Always enter your commission rates. The opportunity phases and stages will show up where your opportunity is in your pipeline, and just create. Okay, you'll see this is the new dashboard, and here's your client information. And once you get the listing, you can select from the KWLS, which will pull from any listings throughout the country. Next thing I wanted to show you is documents. Your documents are going to live here. This is where your compliant documents will be uploaded, but before you upload them, you have to create them. So you're going over here in the Start Transaction area, click the down arrow, and click the application that you want to use. Clearly, we know that dotloop is going away soon, so I'm going to show you DocuSign. Once you click that, and I'm going to assume that you have already activated your DocuSign account, and you're good to go. So when you do this the right way, from command to DocuSign, you'll see that DocuSign has now created the room with the room information that I just gave it. It has a unique ID and the date that it's created. When you need to fill in documents, it's really important that you start with the details. Click the details section over here, and on the right-hand side is the edit button. The edit button will allow you to add information about the property address, okay, the list date, you put in there when you need to. And then also all of the information about the clients that you have. So let me put the email address in there. Seller 1, seller 2, and then down here on the right-hand side, A little trick that I'm using right now is I'm putting LA as listing agent here. And then down on listing agent 2, I'm going to enter my broker, Sally Pietricatella, and her email. Okay, and we'll explain that later. Then later on when you have buyers, you can put them in here. So I'm going to click save. That's all I need to do right now. The reason why that's important is that once you go to documents, it will automatically fill the documents with the information that you added. So now that you're in the documents section, click add, go to DocuSign Forms, and the Forms library will show up. The library is all of the documents that your office is associated with, or form groups. If your Market Center has created groups, they'll be here. And then you can pick the one that you would like. Listing, you represent the seller, select all, and add. Once they're all added, that's when we can go through and update any of the forms and have them signed. I'll fill you in on a DocuSign class later, but once you have the documents in there and they're signed, later on, what you can do is go back over to your Command account and add your files one at a time, or you can attach multiple files. And if I attach multiple files, it'll automatically see that I have an attached DocuSign account, and I can click through and find the proper forms that are in here. Information, seller's disclosure. Okay. Not that one. Paste paint. Go. The paint, you see if I can go through and attach them all at one time, and they'll auto-populate right here. Once you have entered all of your forms that are compliant, you would submit to your Market Center right here. The next thing you need to do in order to get paid is you need to add the offer that the seller has accepted. So we're going to add an offer, just create, name it whatever you want to name it, add the offer date, the parties, here's the buyer, the associate, and the terms. The tip is that you need to put the cash in first, and then the finance amount. And then down here, you can put the cash in again, and it will automatically tell you the percentage that the buyer is putting down. And then agent analysis. You can fill this in if you need to, but it's not required. Once you do this, you're going to save. And let's say that if this was the only offer that the seller has received, you can simply accept this offer or add a second offer if it came in when you have multiple offers. Either way, you need to accept an offer before your commissions tab opens up. So accept the offer, and you'll see this opens. Now you go to commissions, and you're going to give this a once over. So you have a $300,000 sale price at 3% commission, $9,000 commission. The contract date, let's say it was today. Closing date in 3 days. That's awesome. Not likely in New Jersey, but it's awesome. If we want to add an item like the bonus for the MLS fee, we can add it right here and add. And you'll see over here, it will show up. And the only thing that I would have needed to do was add a listing. So I can select from any listing anywhere in the country. Let me just use this one because I know this one. When you add a listing, you need to click all listings, and this one should show up. Select it. You'll see it showed up here. Commissions are all done. There's no other red error messages. Your commission tab is open, and then all you need to do is submit. Once you submit, your Market Center administrator will receive that commission request. And that's it for today. Thanks.